Want to find out how to implement Google Ads enhanced conversions on your Odoo e-commerce website? Are you wondering if this can be done without the need for developers and coding? The Google Ads conversion tracking app from Garazd Creations simplifies these tasks, allowing you to track sales and conversions on your website to measure the effectiveness of your ads. Google Ads in Odoo. Google Ads conversion tracking helps to measure the efficiency of Google advertisements and indicates the actions performed by customers who click on ads. With the module, you gain direct integration with Google Ads via the Google Tag.js script and the following benefits. Website tracking for e-commerce events. User data providing for enhanced conversions. Managing tracking settings through Odoo UI. Internal logging of tracking events. Integration for Google Analytics 4. Implementation of Google Consent and Google First-Party modes. Tracking activation. Starting with, go to the website settings and, in the Enhanced Website Tracking section, enable the Activate Tracking option. To test your website tracking and view tracked events in the browser console, also temporarily activate the Debug Logging feature. Now add a new tracking service by clicking the Manage Tracking Services link in the website settings, or go to the Configuration Tracking Services menu. Please note that if you use Odoo's standard Google Analytics feature, you need to deactivate it and move the tracking ID to a new tracking service. If you run multiple websites in your Odoo, specify the one you need. Select the service type as Google Ads and paste your Google Tag ID into the key field. Google Consent Mode. The app includes the Google Consent Mode implementation, which allows you to manage consent settings in Odoo. It uses the built-in cookie bar to update users' cookie choices. To configure Google Consent Mode, activate the cookie bar by selecting the related option in the Consent Manager setting. Also, don't forget to deactivate the Block Tracking Third-Party Services feature, otherwise website tracking will be disabled. Finally, to manage default consent values, go to the Website, Configuration, Google Consent Settings menu. Further steps are described in more detail in the corresponding video, link in the description. Tracking settings in Odoo. After adding a tracking service, specify the type of identifier for your products. If you use products with attributes and variants, select Product Variant ID in the Item Type field. If not, choose Product Template ID. One more setting is the category type. It determines which product category is provided to Google, an e-commerce public category or an internal product category. Select the desired type or use the default value, public category. The next option is the lead value. It's a monetary value of the lead generation event and should be set according to your estimation. Configuration in Google Ads. Before start adding conversions in Google Ads account, make sure that the Google tag is specified as a method for user-provided data. This is required for proper integration. Now, to add a conversion, go to the Goals Summary menu and click on Create Conversion Action. On the next step, choose the website conversion kind and provide your website URL for scanning. After scanning, choose the data source to measure website conversions and click Done. To proceed, click Save and Continue. Specify the goal category for this action. Fill in the conversion action details. Select the Manual with Code option. Add a name for the conversion. Select the Use Different Values for Each Conversion option to get a specific value for each event of this conversion. This value is transferred from Odoo and is equal to the product price or order amount, depending on the type of tracking event. Activate the Enhanced Conversions option. Configure the remaining parameters to suit your requirements or leave the default values. Finally, save the action by clicking on Done and on Save and Continue in the next step. Click on the See Event snippet to get the name of this conversion and the destination identifier, the Send To parameter. These values should also be configured on the Odoo side. Conversions in Odoo. After creating a conversion in Google Ads, configure this conversion in Odoo. Google Ads conversions are set up as custom events in Odoo's tracking service. Add a new custom event and link it to the purchase type, for example. Then paste the copied conversion name and the event destination. If you want to track this conversion for remarketing only, enable the corresponding option. You can add multiple Google Ads conversions by creating custom events in Odoo and linking them to one of the Odoo tracking events. Please note that only one custom event per event type is currently available. Enhanced Conversions. To set up enhanced conversions for Google Ads in Odoo, go to the Advanced Matching tab of a tracking service and activate the Allow Enhanced Conversions option. Then enable the required data options to transmit user-provided data to Google. Tracking logs. The app has one more useful feature: tracking logs. After its activation, the tracking logs collect all e-commerce tracking events in Odoo. These logs can also be used internally for analysis and monitoring of visitor actions on your website. To view logs, go to the Website, Configuration, Tracking, Logs menu or click the Logs button at the top of the form. Since tracking logs may contain some sensitive user data, such as IP address, user agent, etc., the app provides a mechanism for clearing them. Go to Website Settings and, in the Enhanced Website Tracking section, specify the period after which this data will be cleaned. The default period is 30 days. If you prefer to remove tracking logs completely after the specified period, enable the Unlink Logs After Period option. Advanced Settings. Product Identifier. The app uses the Product ID field as a unique product identifier. In case you require using a different value, activate Developer Mode and, on the Technical tab, specify a different product field that contains the desired identifier. For instance, let's set the Internal Reference field. After changing, the app sends values from this field to Google. Please note that the specified product field has to provide non-empty values and be unique for each product. Otherwise, your product tracking data can be unusable. Advanced Settings. Exclude Delivery. The next setting available for tracking services is Exclude Delivery. When this option is enabled, delivery lines from sales orders are not included in tracking data and are not sent to Google. Testing. There are several ways to check Google Tag integration. The first important point to know before testing is that the Google Tag doesn't send tracking data about the website activity of internal Odoo users. You need to log out of the system or use a different browser. Since testing requires you to be a website visitor or a portal user, testing with Tag Assistant. If a conversion has a different status from active, check how the tracking event data is sent with the Google Tag Assistant. Open the Google Ads conversion list and click on Troubleshoot to connect to the Google Tag Assistant. On the following windows, click Continue and specify your website URL. Now clicking the Connect button, the Tag Assistant opens your website where you can test conversions. Please note that conversions are processed by Google if a visitor comes to your website through a Google Ads click only. Therefore, your test conversions may not appear in Google Ads. Google First-Party Mode. Google First-Party Mode enables you to configure Google tags on your Odoo website, allowing Google scripts to be loaded from your tagging or CDN servers instead of Google's. The app allows you to specify your custom URL for the Google Tag Serving URL. Go to Website Configuration Settings menu, and in the Tracking and SEO section, change the Tag Serving URL. After setting, log out from Odoo and open your website's page source code to see the results. To restore the default Google Tag URL, click the button on the right. Please note that Odoo side settings are not sufficient to implement the first-party mode. You need to configure your custom URL additionally. Configuration methods are described in Google's documentation. Links are provided in the description. Integrate your Odoo website with Google Ads in minutes with the user-friendly and powerful app from Garazd Creation. Promote your products and sell more.